Hi, sixth graders. Today we are going to learn the new vocabulary words for the locker box project. Um, I handed out a pink sheet in class. Looks like this. On one side has our vocabulary words. The other side has the step-by-step directions. Today we're going to go ahead and we're going to cover all of these vocabulary words, and you should be writing them down. This way I know that you have watched the video, and then I know when I refer to these words you will understand what they are. So let's start out with the first word, divider. All right, I have the definition for that right here. A divider is a partition between two areas or dividing one area into two. Looking at our locker box, you can see that I have three different dividers, a small one and two large ones. Those are the dividers in the locker box. Now, at any point in time, if you did not get the vocabulary word, it would be a great time to pause the video, write it down on your pink sheet, and then just hit play and you can hear me all over again. If you feel I'm going too fast, you can go ahead and rewind whenever needed. A dado. What is a dado? A dado is a groove or a rectangle section for receiving the end of a board. If you take a look back on our locker box, I have these grooves that are right inside of the box. Those are our dados. Next word that we have is dimension. Dimension is measurement in length, width, and thickness. So if you look at, and when I say what is the dimension for your divider, you would tell me my divider is 8.5 inches long. Miter saw. Miter saw is used to make cross cuts and miters in pieces of wood. I actually have a picture of our miter saw that we have in the shop. This right here is our miter saw, and you'll notice we have a piece of wood right here. I am cutting across the grain. So if you take a look at a piece of wood, you'll notice all these lines on here. That's called the grain, the way that the wood is growing. All right. When you use a miter saw, you cut against the grain. You never want to cut with the grain. That's what a table saw is for. Next, we have a router. A router is a machine or a tool for cutting into or below the main surface. I have another picture here. This is a picture of our router that we have out in the shop. And what you do is you take the wood and you simply turn on the machine and you bring it across the blade here, and it puts a little groove or an edge onto the wood. That's how we get our dados into the wood. The next vocabulary word that we have is a planer. Okay, a planer. What is a planer? Well, I happen to have another picture of it right here. A power machine for removing rough or excess surface from a board. This is our planer, and we basically take the wood, place it inside of there. There's a whole bunch of little knives that are moving around in there. And what it does is it cuts off thin layers of wood. All right. Next vocabulary word is the bandsaw. A bandsaw is used for making curves or irregular shapes. All right, this is our bandsaw. We have a continuous blade that goes all the way around, and you can put your wood inside of there and you can cut different shapes out. This is not best for cutting straight edges. That's why we have a miter saw or a table saw. Next vocabulary word is the disc and belt sander. Our disc and belt sander, oops, don't have a picture for that. It's a power tool used to smooth wood. There's sandpaper on it and it's constantly moving. The next vocabulary word is the square. Okay, the square has three meanings. One would be in math where we're talking about multiplying. So you would square a number. 2 by itself would be, to the fourth power. There's also the shape of a square. Most all of you know exactly what the shape of a square looks like. And then the square that we're going to be talking about a lot is a right angle, making sure that our edges fit together nice and square on the corner of our box. So we want to make sure that we have a square angle. Okay, right angle, 90 degrees. Almost done, getting to the end. 2 more to go. The grit of the sandpaper. Well, sandpaper, most of you might know, comes in different shapes and sizes. Okay, the grit of it is the abrasive particles or granules of sand and other small coarse impurities. So basically the way that our sandpaper feels, that's what we're talking about when we say grit. Okay. And then our last one would be a nail set, a short rod of steel used to drive a nail below or flush with the surface. This is what a nail set looks like, and we use it when we nail our pieces together, and we simply take it, place it on here, use a hammer, and indent it into the wood so our nails are not sticking out anymore. If you don't understand any of these vocabulary words that I went over, please come see me in class, and I will be looking forward to seeing the notes that you took. Have a good day.